So I've seen this viral video going around on exposing the fraud within the NDIS. So this video has been made by Pete Z and Drew Pavlou, and it's had 130 something thousand views in the last 2 days and sparked a lot of outrage. And I just wanted to offer my own perspective as a director of an NDIS registered provider and an ethical provider that does things the right way. We're a support coordination service. I just wanted to make a few comments on this video and some of the practices that we see to, I guess, shed some light on some of the problems with the system and also to, just provide some insight, hopefully. So let's get started. Exposed a $4.6 billion disability fraud scheme is the title of the video.
That's assault because this is my property.
I'm on.
That's assault.
Hey. She just broke the $800 glasses.
How many times we come here?
You broke my glasses.
I don't care whatever you're gonna say.
You broke my glasses.
Yes, I don't care.
This is obviously wild behavior.
Are you seeing this?
Out of here!
This
That
is
is
the
highly
NDIS,
inappropriate.
the National Disability
Insurance scheme.
The Western Sydney support worker is accused of stealing millions of dollars meant for disability services.
Now, this disability program has a bigger budget than the entire military of Australia. And what if I told you anyone with the pulse can take advantage of that system? And here's exactly how it works. The provider is in charge of hiring people to help the person with the disability. But what most people don't know is that they can use their power to abuse the system. We had to go through 5 different lawyers just to actually get this final video out. And we do actually want to buy a Lamborghini after this. So we may actually start an NDIS actually.
Oh, the profits from the video, they're going into starting our own NDIS cleaning. We're going to start an NDIS cleaning business.
That's one thing I can confirm is that we don't all drive Lamborghinis. That's 100%. A lot of us don't actually even make that much money, considering the amount of work that we do. But there is a lot of fraud that happens, and there are people massively exploiting the system, rorting the system, and making a ton of money for doing next to nothing.
Yeah, let's go.
Easy money from us. We're currently at Bankstown, where there's a bunch of NDISs in this one little suburb, little town here.
So when he says a bunch of NDISs, he means a bunch of NDIS providers, which are essentially just companies.
There's like literally 60 in like a 2-block radius. Also, the amazing thing is this map is only registered providers, and apparently registered providers are only 6% of the total. So just think of this, right? Like there are so many in this 5-block radius, and just think about like this is literally just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. So just in Lakemba alone, which is right next to Bankstown, there's 1,300 NDIS providers, and that means 1 in 13 people are currently running one.
The thing he hasn't mentioned here is that a lot of these providers will just be sole traders, so they'll just be individuals. And a lot of those that are listed on the NDIS provider finder are actually not active. They're people who have applied for registration and aren't currently registered. So that when you look at the NDIS provider finder, there is a lot of really inaccurate information on there. So that's something to be aware of.
Actually 6 NDIS providers on this one sign. Why would there be this many NDISs in one building is the question.
It's kind of like having a health services building. It's almost more convenient in some cases to have a bit of a hub, like a community hub where people can go and they can access a variety of services. So that's not something that's out of the ordinary.
The first thing Drew and I did was check in with NDIS providers with government warnings to see if we could find anything suspicious.
Is the owner in here to talk to?
She's not here right now.
Not here right now?
Yeah.
We're just trying to investigate compliance notice and enforcement actions for the NDIS.
Please, I can speak.
Sorry.
Is there a language we're able to interpret? What language? What's your main language that you speak?
She will call you. She will call you.
So they've obviously arrived at this house unannounced, which is, it's not appropriate, but at the same time, when whoever owns this particular company, whenever they registered their company, they've just put their home address down as the address of the business. And they may now have a physical address, but on the provider finder, it'll still list that original address that they had registered. Some people have problems with updating that system as well. So it's not as weird as they're making out in this video that they have a home address listed for this business.
So I've heard out of the 7,000 tip-offs that have been received through the NDIS from participants, and there's only a certain amount of actual prosecutions that have happened. And do you know the amount?
16 prosecutions out of 7,000 tip-offs. 16. Not even 0.1% of cases reach the actual prosecution stage. The integrity chief of the NDIS told
In saying that, although they might not be prosecuted, they can be banned from providing services.
I can tell you now, there is not sufficient judiciary to process the cases we have in the pipeline in the country.
there are judges to deal with the known cases of fraud emanating from the scheme. We're talking tens of billions of dollars.
So they're giving $52 billion to every NDIS provider. And if our funds, the tax-paying dollars, aren't being used correctly and are being misused, then how does that make any sense? And how is that fair to every single person who pays taxes in this country? All the NDIS providers?
It's a good point, and it's not fair. That it should be more strictly regulated, and that's something that I bang on about all the time. There are giant loopholes in the NDIS system that allow people to exploit it with ease and with minimal consequences.
Are linked directly to this address, and there's 9 of them. So very.
So again, this is just like a community services hub. So there are all of these different companies would provide a different type of service. Yeah, having them all in the same location, it is a bit odd, but it's more than likely that the rent was cheap. It was a convenient area. It was close to public transport. There might be a variety of reasons why they're all in the same building, but they're separate companies. They wouldn't be owned by the same people.
Very weird. It's currently 4 p.m. right now, so they're supposed to be open. Look, they're all locked. Welcome to 5-star community care. Bro, what the heck is this? A Nick Shirley video? Holy crap. Look at the misspelling on this. It doesn't just say personal activities. It says personal activities and even accommodation at the bottom.
It's a minor detail, easy mistake to make, nothing big, not a big deal.
And by the Australia, someone please explain to me how we have a bunch of businesses making money, but are all closed. I'm just curious, and like, how is it possible that they have them all in one single building?
Again, it's not that unusual to have multiple NDIS providers in a small area. Like they could have rented the office across the street, down the street, two doors down. It wouldn't make any difference.
So there's a bunch of different NDIS providers all in this.
It is really weird that they're all closed though in office hours. It's really strange.
Hello, how are you? I'm trying to find all
There you go. Someone's open.
NDIS. Yes. Are they open or?
She doesn't have her shoes on. It's minding her own business.
Is this all under the same person? All these NDISs?
That's a different company.
Yeah, they're all different companies.
Oh,
Yeah.
Why are you guys all in the one spot?
This particular one, rent is cheaper, I guess.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And so you're all
Yeah.
just open in this one.
This isn't a big deal.
This one here. All of them are NDIS providers, and what I don't understand is if you're opening up an NDIS, why would you have them all right next to each other? It's like having 9 different McDonald's in the same exact spot. Like, tell me how that makes any sense at all.
So I can tell you how this makes sense. So it's not like having 9 McDonald's franchises in the one place. It's more like if you were to use a hospitality example, it would be like you've got an events company, you've got a catering company, you've got a commercial kitchen, you've got an equipment supplier, you've got a restaurant, you've got another type of restaurant, you've got all these different types of services. They're not all just generic, I do NDIS. Each company can provide quite a different kind of service to their clients.
We definitely need to go back there because look at this. Many of these businesses don't even have registered domains, like born2care.com.au. This site can't be reached.
Oh, God,
also, when
that's
you
a
go
shocker.
to Big Works, you think about it, there's all these NDIS providers in this one building, and they don't even have phone numbers connected.
Calling is not available. Please leave a message and I will get back.
No.
So she didn't happen to answer on that call, but yeah, not having an active phone line is very, very strange. And the fact that they weren't open in business hours is also very weird.
And this is either extreme incompetence or something sketchy is going on here.
Can I please have the ABN number?
Yep, 9561.
So yeah, I can see that it is there and they are registered.
Okay, so does that mean that they receive funding through the government, right, for the services?
Yes.
Would you find it strange, right, if I've been there pretty much most days and their doors are locked every single day during staff hours? Do you think that that's strange?
If a provider keeps the door locked all days, you mean all weekdays?
Yeah, so no staff, you literally don't see any clients, nothing.
There could be reasons for this. Like in some cases, providers can be short-staffed and the person who would typically be in the office would head out to staff that shift. That's not an ideal situation at all. And it is still really strange that they'd be paying for an office. And if he's gone there multiple times, no one's there, not even a receptionist or someone doing some computer work or some admin. It's very strange.
Wait, is that a person hiding?
She's probably not hiding.
Hello. Do you know why their doors are locked if they're supposed to be open? Never mind.
She doesn't know. She's always there working.
Hello. Hi. I'm trying to get some NDIS services here for my brother, and I was just wondering, are you guys open currently, providing services? Or
she can tell it's not genuine.
Yeah, because I was just checking
Obviously.
here.
Why is he
and I've
filming
seen
it?
that there's multiple like NDIS providers in here, but I've come 2 times now, and all of them are closed down. No one is inside.
No, we are open. They're open. We're open.
Yeah.
They're open as well. So I'm sure you've come close of business days.
No, either. They're not even open right now. I'm actually going to call NDIS and make a report on those 2 NDIS providers that are running that I've been to twice, actually 3 times, and not one person, not one staff has been in there.
The thing to know about this as well is that NDIS services aren't typically provided in the office. They're often provided out of the office, with the exception of plan management and support coordination. Most of the work's actually getting done in person, in people's homes, in group homes, out in the community, in therapist offices, so the fact that they're not there, they might use their office for team meetings, for admin outside of hours. They might use it by appointment only. It might not be a place that people just drop into.
Now, but we just received a massive breakthrough from an insider that currently works with the NDIS. Holy freaking hell. This is what we needed.
Hello, I've got one NDIS client. They actually only pay by the hour, and it is a minimum 2 hours. So if I'm there for 10 minutes, I'm getting paid 2 hours. Easy to exploit. I think it's like $56 an hour or something like that.
What?
And I look after 2 girls. Where my invoices go is a company called Plan Partners, and they've also got a manager, her name's Summer. So there's this pyramid of people underneath, right? So they share this unit. Now, their plan manager was saying to me, oh, well, because they both receive NDIS, you can charge double for what I'm doing.
That is absolutely not true. That's incorrect advice, and it could have been given by someone who hasn't had any experience. It might have been their first week on the job. And this also goes for any calls that he's going to make to the NDIS itself. I've been told that the people with the least experience and the least training are the people who are actually at the call center answering the calls. And we experience that all the time. Our team constantly is getting inconsistent advice. You get told one thing when you call up, and if you were to hang up and call straight back, you can get different advice. And we often have to remind NDIS participants that they can't necessarily trust the advice they're given over the phone from the NDIS. Unfortunately, in this case, it's come from a plan manager. I would hope that it was just human error, someone that was inexperienced, but it's definitely not true that you can just charge double because there happen to be 2 people there. One thing you could possibly do is split it and charge half the time to each participant because it's a shared living environment. So, for example, if you were doing a 2-hour cleaning service, because it takes 2 hours to clean the house, you could charge 1 hour to one participant and 1 hour to the other participant, and that would be okay.
What?
Are you with me?
Yeah, I am with you, yeah.
Right, and I'm like, no. Like, I know I'm ripping them off, right? I'll be honest. I've even said to plan partners, I'm not there for 3 hours, don't you? And they're like, oh, yeah, but it doesn't matter, because we can't break it down to, because I said to them, can't we break one of these hours? Like, can't I put in, a half hour?
Yeah.
They don't do it. Their computer can't handle it.
I'm sure their computer can handle it, and I think, honestly, I think she probably just made up that little detail. Definitely, you can charge in increments. We charge in 6-minute increments, and it's, no problem at all.
So they're basically promoting for you to say, oh yeah, I was there for 3 hours, even though you weren't actually there.
I bill them for 3 hours every single week. It's a whole pyramid scheme, right?
She also gave me actual invoices as proof as to what was happening behind closed doors. This isn't just no ordinary defrauding of the system. This is cleaners who go to a participant's house, get the participant to sign off on them cleaning their house, but really, in reality, they didn't actually do the job. So for instance, they only did 30 minutes at this participant's house, but they put 3 hours, which then made them $162.21. The most vulnerable people are getting taken advantage of. We're gonna go to an NDIS plan management company and go and speak to the head boss, who's been in the industry for over 10 plus years. Now think about this, 30 minutes cleaning is being done on a participant's house and they're charging for 3 hours on an invoice. So the big question is it actually allowed under the NDIS policy to charge a minimum amount of hours for cleaning a participant's home?
No, it's not.
Or is this just a myth to overcharge innocent, vulnerable people?
That comes through the SHADS award, where there is a minimum shift that needs to be provided to workers. So workers need to be paid for a certain amount of time. And the way that a provider should deal with this is if they want to say we can't provide a half an hour because we have to pay our staff for 2 hours, they need to find participants that require 2 hours of actual service. They can't just say, oh, well, we'll charge for 2 hours and we'll only do 30 minutes. That's not okay.
A cleaner, right? That was supposed to be cleaning a room like this.
Yes.
How long do you think it would take normally?
It's not a big room. That looks like it's like 6, 7 square meters, maybe a bit more.
Okay, tiny place.
That long. What's your... Again, I don't know who's doing what, but it's possible they're taking the piss.
Yeah.
They are.
If it was me.
He's right. They're taking the piss.
Yeah. And Mum, if I was you, I'd be going, what are they doing?
Do you guys know plan partners?
Yeah, they're big.
I then explained to him that a whistleblower told us they do 30 minutes of work, but are required to bill 2 hours because they say the system won't allow them to do less.
They're telling them to inflate them.
Yeah.
They should not be doing that because...
Allegedly, anyway, but that's...
Why are they telling that? Because that's not a big job.
And that's what I mean. I think the person who gave them that advice was... It's clearly incorrect advice, but I would hope that that's just due to inexperience. Because the plan manager, they don't really benefit from that. So this whole idea of it being a conspiracy and a pyramid scheme, it doesn't really make sense for the plan managers to do that. They get their plan management fee, which is separate to the money that each individual provider, and in this case, the cleaner, is getting paid. The plan manager doesn't get paid more just because the cleaner sends in a higher invoice to them. So that's important to know as well.
They can only charge for what they do, but you shouldn't be telling them to inflate. We would be
shut that down.
On the face of it, it looks a bit sketchy.
So at this point, we have a legit testimony. We need to see this for ourselves to fully build this case. So let's set up a sting operation. The whistleblower obviously sent me that photo.
Sting operation.
This looks pretty much the same size. So if they clean for 30 minutes, then they put 2 hours. They are completely lying, and that is against the NDIS rules. And imagine how many people could allegedly, potentially be doing this.
It blows out to huge numbers.
Put the math
for
together.
sure.
Think about is it which NDIS provider is this? Because there's a
helping support.
Parker. She's an NDIS participant, so she needs to clean on her unit. So for something like that, if it takes like say for instance 30 minutes to clean that unit, how long would you guys put on the actual invoice?
I think for NDIS, minimum 2 hours.
So that's on the NDIS rules?
Yeah, that's the rules, minimum 2 hours.
No, she's wrong.
Oh, nice, okay. That sounds good.
All right, I'll get back to you later today.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you, bye.
That's their way of finessing the finesse. They finesse this by saying that that's in the NDIS rules, but it's actually not. And just to further confirm this point...
Welcome to the National Disability Insurance Agency.
Recently, I had a cleaner clean for one of my participants, and they cleaned for 30 minutes, and I was just wondering, like, how long am I supposed to put onto the invoice?
Okay, so if it's been half of 1 unit or 1 hour, it would be that.
So it'd be 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
That's what they've cleaned for then.
Yeah. I'm here now with a very established cleaner who's been in the industry for how long?
7 years.
The whistleblower sent me the NDIS participants unit. How long do you think that this will take to actually clean a room like this?
So I would assume if it was like a deep clean, it would take at least 2 hours to clean, because I know NDIS does more surface cleans. I would say maybe roughly 30 minutes to complete.
So you think 30 minutes for something like this?
I would say 30 minutes. Yeah.
This is
if you're not like scrubbing the walls and vacuuming
You ready,
and wiping
Adrian, for the
everything
big
down.
reveal? And this is the size of what the NDIS participants unit would look like. So it's very accurate on the dimensions, the sizing, and everything like that. 2 minutes
messing
away
it
from
up.
being here, the cleaner. I think I only just put like, you know, kind of like if someone was just.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
I think
bit
just
messy.
a little bit, just like that. We've got to make it look used.
Oh, Pete, I see them. Hurry up!
Scrambling.
My goodness. We're going to leave $60 up there as well.
Oh, okay. Nice little trap.
Hello.
See.
How are you? Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you work here? Yeah. I'm going to be gone until late next week. So you guys just do what you need to do.
No problem.
And that's it. And then, yeah, my participant will be back in a few days. In a couple days, so you take it time.
Vacuum everything here.
Sorry?
Vacuum.
How are you guys going to clean without any supplies?
Okay.
So this will be on the NDIS, charge the NDIS, right? The invoice? Yes? Yeah. Bro, they literally have no cleaning supplies at all. No mop, no vacuum, no wipes, no spray. All right, so the time starts now.
It's okay with nothing.
What are they cleaning this with? I don't understand.
That is weird. They should definitely have cleaning equipment.
How are NDIS providers getting cleaners like this to do that? I'm rolling.
It's like, what's the time?
25 minutes. 25 minutes.
Are they out already?
So they've taken 25 minutes? Where are they?
They're at the door.
Both of them are coming out now.
Oh,
They've
God.
taken 25 minutes.
So 25 minutes and they didn't even bring any wipes or they didn't bring a vacuum. What did they even do?
And now they're leaving. Oh,
They're
crap.
literally leaving and they don't have anything with them.
Let's hope they don't see
God.
you. They're leaving after 25 minutes. Job well done. So if they put anything above this, if they put 2 hours on the invoice, you know this is what a lot of people are potentially doing in the NDIS, allegedly anyways. Oh, it's still there, yeah. Well, when you have no cleaning equipment, how are you going to clean? Like, look at this. They didn't even clean the fridge. All of this is all messy.
How would they?
all
They didn't
smudgy.
bring anything to
They
clean
haven't
it
cleaned
with.
any of this. Oh my goodness. If you look at this, look at all the swirls and everything on this mirror right here. They didn't even clean this at all. Genuinely right now, all they've done is clean I would say the bed. Okay, they literally kept the mat on the floor. I mean, the bathroom is like somewhat decent. Bro, what the hell? She used my tissues that we had from the tissue box. Look how many tissues that she used. I guess that's why they had no cleaning equipment. They just go around using other people's tissues. Holy crap. We've received the invoice.
No way.
We've received the invoice. I didn't tell you.
What's on it?
We just received the invoice from Help in Support. The people that just did 25 minutes at that unit.
What have they done? It's not looking good.
$236.06.
Oh my God.
They charged.
That's 25 minutes.
For 25 minutes. What? So they put 2 hours for the cleaning,
What do they got? 2 hours for the cleaning and for provider travel? 120.
$116.06.
Oh God.
Then non-labor costs. I did not agree to that at all.
Did they tell you about that?
No. And this is through the NDIS. They expect the NDIS to fund
crazy.
this.
That's a joke. That's outright fraud. That's what that is. That's you. You're defrauding the system.
$236. What? Bro, for 25 minutes. We need to go and confront them about this because this is, it's not right. We need to confront them, also report them to the NDIS. People that are allegedly, taking this much, like $236, they're not going to go into it because they think it's peanuts.
He makes a really good point here, which is that the small inflations on people's invoices are where, if spread across all those participants, across the roughly 700,000 participants, it blows out to be a massive amount of money. And this is why you need to have someone that's reviewing the invoices that are submitted to the plan manager, because the plan manager, they don't go to the house. They don't talk to the participant directly that often. They don't double check the hours that were provided. Oftentimes, that's more of the role of a support coordinator working with the family. So that's what our service does. We go and we look at the plan management portal and we go, oh, that invoice is weird. Why is it 3 hours when we know that they're in? My client called me the other day. They told me they were only there for 30 minutes. And then we're the ones that would be doing what he's doing right here and reporting that person to quality and safeguards to be investigated, because that's not what the scheme is for. And unfortunately, when you take money like this from vulnerable people, you're actually taking it from someone else. So there's increasing cost-cutting pressures on the scheme. And there are a lot of vulnerable people out there that you might have also seen in the media that are struggling to get the essential items they need, like powered wheelchairs, other assistive technology, the support hours that they need to survive and just to remain somewhat functional in their own home. So very, very, very disappointing seeing this. And unfortunately, it is really common. And that's why the role of support coordination is actually so important, to help to check things, to investigate things in the way that this person is right here.
Is actually insane and a misuse of funding. Help in support, $236.06 for a 25-minute cleaning job. What do you think?
It's crazy.
It's great.
So the staff wouldn't have a clue how much they're actually getting for the job. They would only be knowing what their actual payment is.
But the staff know if they're being paid to clean, they should bring cleaning products.
25 minutes, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Almost $250 for 25 minutes of cleaning, and they didn't even have professional cleaning equipment.
Yeah.
And they're just
Such a
charging it to
joke.
government.
We're going to go to their official business address and we're going to confront them about this. We're going to ask them what the hell is going on with them inflating a bill like this. Very good, very good. So, yesterday the participant said that the cleaning was remarkable.
I'd give a tip for the service because it was such a good job.
Yeah, the cleaners. I don't know if it was possible.
The other weird thing about this is that the intake process for an NDIS participant is usually quite involved. Like you'll typically have a face-to-face meeting with someone. You'll sit down, you go through a bunch of paperwork together to get to know a whole bunch of different information about that person before you can be sure that you are able to provide services for them. So that seems like, I'm not sure if there's footage that they weren't able to use, but it seems like that step was skipped, which is really odd.
Yeah, and
to give some flowers to the cleaners.
Aren't you going to pay through the invoice?
Yeah, she'll be paying.
The providers get paid through the participants' funding in their NDIS plan.
Through the invoice.
But on top of the invoice. So the invoice I think is $230. We want to give an extra $200 as a tip.
Is that?
Thank you. I'll give it to you.
Yes.
Oh God! So she's taking it. Oh no! And she's on video. That is an absolute shocker. That is an absolute shocker. She should not accept anything. That is a massive, massive no-no. Oh my God!
Wait, how long did it take, do you think, to clean?
It took about 30 minutes.
Oh, it took about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So but NDIS rule is for cleaning, it needs to be minimum 2 hours.
Is that why it's invoiced for 2 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not because it took them 2 hours.
Yeah.
It didn't take them 2 hours, but.
So she thinks that's the rule. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt sometimes, but she's been caught here really badly. So, I think it seems like she doesn't know, and she's probably been told this, but it's not true.
So the NDIS minimum is 2 hours?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, because it was interesting because I actually spoke on the phone to the NDIS and they said that there's no minimum 2 hours.
No, for cleaning there is minimum.
Yeah, I haven't seen a minimum on the NDIS.
Yeah, there's no
To my
minimum.
knowledge, it's not an NDIS rule.
No, they told me that there wasn't, so.
Are you sure?
So where this actually comes from is from the SHADS Award. There's a 2-hour minimum engagement rule. So this is what it says. For disability services and home care employees, the SHADS Award requires that employees be paid for at least 2 hours for each shift or work period, even if they work less time. So that's a company obligation. That's not an NDIS rule. That's where she's gotten confused, is she thinks it's an NDIS rule, but it's actually something under the SHADS Award that she needs to pay her employees for a minimum of 2 hours for each shift that they attend to. Yeah, so that's about her. That's about her paying as the provider, her paying the worker, not about the NDIS participant paying the provider, if that makes sense. How this would work in practice is if she's got to adhere to the 2-hour minimum for paying her staff, then if they're going to do a half-an-hour cleaning job, then straight after that half-an-hour cleaning job, they're going to go to the next one and do another half-an-hour cleaning job. And if it takes them, half an hour between, that's how they'll make up that 2 hours. It's a little bit of travel time and squeezing in a couple of other jobs, maybe 2 or 3.
Right, they walked in with no equipment whatsoever.
So usually we don't take the equipment. It's they provide. So wherever they go for cleaning,
that's a joke. That's a joke.
You didn't really say that to me, but yeah, that's what you did.
I thought because everywhere we provide the service, usually they have all the cleaning products. Well, this is not a cleaning. This is NDIS, right? It's not a cleaning business. So
you're providing a cleaning service.
The other thing also is they were using my issue bias. Actually does say providers are responsible for ensuring that claims for payment are complete, truthful, and accurate. We review claims regularly to ensure they are compliant. To show your claims are correct, you must maintain.
But this is the key point. How is the agency supposed to know whether a claim is accurate if they have nothing to do with the services actually being provided? And that's why we have to communicate. That's why support coordinators have to investigate and confirm things and work with the plan manager to make sure that invoices are an accurate representation of the work that's being completed.
Complete and accurate records of supports delivered to NDIS participants. These include invoices, evidence of support delivery such as service agreement.
So sometimes cleaners will take a before and after picture to show their evidence of what they've done, and that's a great way of doing it.
For travel, so travel like from a place of business to the client's house, whatever the kilometres is, we do charge that. So I put down, I think 60 kilometres. It's about 30 something, but I put down 60.
I actually put 120. So she didn't put, if it was 30 kilometres from the place of business to the house, she should have put down a maximum of 60, but she's put down 120. So she's doubled it for no reason. So she's just admitted there, and there's no rule that's related to that.
But I was told by wherever we got our audit done from one of them, that minimum is 2 hours. Like we said, a lot of providers do that. A lot of providers do that. A lot of providers do that.
Unfortunately, that's true. There are a lot of providers doing a lot of dodgy stuff, and it's not right. And that's why they're putting so much more money into the Quality and Safeguards Commission. Previously, the rules weren't as strict as they are now. So now I think there's a much higher likelihood that you will be criminally prosecuted if you defraud the NDIS than there was a few years ago.
Like a lot for 25 minutes worth of work. But
like that. Okay, say I'm not involved in this and it's just my Aunt May. You charge this, she'll sign off.
And she'll never know.
She'll never know.
It's just...
Yep, and that's exactly why support coordinators are so important. You need an independent intermediary that's going to help to educate you, to protect you, and to safeguard you from exploitation. That is one of the key functions of NDIS support coordinators. And he makes a great point here that if they weren't there investigating this, she would have been paid and nothing would have happened. And if that was occurring over and over and over again, she is getting massively overpaid for the service that she's providing, and she is not adhering to the rules, but because no one's checking it. So that's what support coordinators are for.
And I confirmed with NDIS. I called them on the phone. They said there's no minimum.
I'll update this and I'll resend it to you with 30 minutes. And
we might not do the tip today, but you can give the flowers to the...
To her credit, at least when she was caught in the act, she was like, look, I'm not 100% sure. I don't exactly know where that came from. And when she was challenged, she accepted that defeat and she offered to fix the situation, which is good because some people, unfortunately, would stoop to a much lower level and refuse to change it.
We were going to give her a $200 tip and she was about to take the money. She was about to take it.
Thank you, I'll give it to you.
In her head, she told...
They should have looped that. They should have played that one over and over. Thank you. Maybe I can do it.
Thank you, I'll give it to you. Thank you, I'll give it to you.
In her head, she told us that she knew it was 30 minutes worth of work. She was prepared to take $450 for 30 minutes worth of work.
Oh yeah, get her car. Get her nice expensive car. Oh, nice and luxurious.
Yellow Mercedes, beautiful.
Have you got that nice luxurious car she has? She's probably on the phone like, what are these guys doing?
She's on the phone, she's speaking.
It's another interesting point to make too, is that there are different services within the NDIS. You know, when you look at the benchmarking data of how profitable different kinds of services are, certain kinds of services are more profitable than others in general. And funnily enough, support coordination is one of the least profitable services in the entire scheme. And we're tasked with basically ensuring that participants and their families are educated and that we can help to safeguard people against exploitation. We make sure that funding's being spent in accordance with the plan, and that's part of our job. The other thing I think that's important for people to know is that that in an NDIS plan, it's not just one big bucket of money that you can use for anything. It's split into different categories that can be used for different services. So for example, with cleaning, that comes out of your core budget, which would also pay for things like support workers that help around the house and say lawn mowing services. Whereas support coordination is a separate section, and it's often the smallest section in the entire plan. So for example, like in an average plan that you would tend to see, there would be, for an adult, so there would usually be something like $5,000 up to maybe a maximum of $10,000 for support coordination. Whereas for someone who has some significant care needs at home, support needs at home, they might get $100,000 in their core budget, which is where this cleaning money is being drawn from.
Changed the invoice to $24.18, which is the actual amount, the factual amount for 25 minutes. So they took 90% of the bill away, which means they inflated my invoice by 10 times the amount.
But not only that, imagine if, as in the example they gave before, imagine if there were two people, or that the lady on the phone gave, imagine if there were two NDIS participants living in Aunt May's unit. She had a housemate. That cleaning service, in the example she gave before, they would have actually charged double. So they would have not just charged the 2 hours, they would have given that same invoice to both participants, which would be, that's really taking the fraud to the next level.
I'd like to make a fraud report against the NDIS provider known as Help and Support.
Yeah, no worries. You're on the right line.
This is the other important thing that people need to realize, is that in this case, he's able to report Help in Support because they're an NDIS registered provider. As you mentioned before, only a very small percentage of NDIS providers are actually registered. And the crazy thing about this is that if you're an unregistered provider, you can't actually be reported to the NDIS Quality and Safeguards Commission. They only oversee registered providers. So they're only overseeing a very small percentage of the actual overall provider numbers.
I then explained everything that happened.
Progress reports on what's happening, and there won't really be any updates for you. But what will happen is that this business will be investigated in terms of their quality of service, and if there does need to be more additional information that we need, we will reach out, but they will be investigated.
Crap, okay, so Drew just sent me this, right?
M&F Disability Services was shut down by the government for fraud. If you go to their Facebook page, they have a number of phone numbers listed. If you go to this phone number and call them, they freely admit that they're now just operating under a new name.
They're using the same exact number from M&F Disability Services. You guys can see M&F Disability Services, registration status revoked, and they've also been lifetime banned.
Is this M&F Disability Services?
No,
He's got his mum calling him.
this is a Sunny Daycare.
Is it the same place?
For now, it is a Sunny Daycare.
He's running under Sunny Days Care. Also, the other thing I found...
Was it the exact same?
Same number from M&F Disability Services that was banned, now is running under...
So that's the exact same shop, exact same phone number. That is so ridiculous that someone would be that brazen, or just that stupid to do that. You've been permanently banned from providing services and you just change the shopfront sign and keep the same phone number. That is crazy. You're asking for it in that situation.
The thing is that they promote a website on the shopfront, but when you go to that website, it doesn't actually exist.
I don't understand why these providers don't have their websites updated. It's very strange.
So the domain hasn't been registered or anything like that. To me, that's kind of odd. But Look who owns the domain now.
Oh,
Their
God,
official domain is now ours. We own that. Now, since they're banned, here's what they're not allowed to do going forward in the most simplest terms. Managing or handling NDIS funding, working as a consultant, auditor, or any behind-the-scenes role for an NDIS provider, doing any paid or unpaid work for an NDIS provider.
I'd have to get some more information to really know how they've done this, but it's a joke that that these young guys are the people who are investigating this and so easily able to find fraud right in front of your face that's just blatant, and they're not even attempting to cover it up. They've just changed the sign.
Let's just go in here and ask questions.
So this is Sunny Days Care. Hello, is there a manager here?
No, sorry. Could you get out, please?
No, not yet. So I know that this was the exact address of a banned NDIS business.
I'm calling the police.
You can call the police.
Wait, are they getting yelled at?
So this was okay. So this was M&F bet. I'm just trying to work this out.
Can you get out?
But it was. I've noticed.
Actually, bring everyone here. Get out.
Okay, bring them here then.
Bro, get out.
Hey,
get
please,
out.
that's assault because this is my
That's
property.
assault.
You can't actually touch me. Now, you guys share the same.
Stop recording. You
To be fair, they are being really rude at the moment.
and video.
You guys share the same accountant as
Get
M&F.
out, I said.
Okay, you guys share the same accountant as M&F Disability Services.
I'm calling everyone. Get out.
Hi, what?
The police. Get out.
What's happening?
What have we
He's
done wrong?
recording without my consent.
She's trying to take
And
the
look
camera.
what it says here. No
you
photo
can't say-
and no video.
What the
I'm
heck?
my office. If I see you here, I gotta call the police. You
I'm on.
understand? And
I'm on.
take that-
Hey!
Ooh.
That's
Hey.
assault, sorry.
You just broke the
I don't want
glasses.
to see you here anymore.
Okay, that's assault. You just assaulted.
Bro, what the hell?
And see, that to me tells me that she knows him from somewhere else. So I don't know if they've tried to come here before, but I think that capturing this reaction and making it seem so extreme could be a bit of a, giving us a bit of a skewed perception of what's actually happened in the lead up to this event.
You know what you just did? You
The
just.
police coming out of my
That's
office.
assault, actually.
Oh,
That's
really?
assault. Yeah.
Whatever you're doing here is assault.
Okay.
Out of my
Okay.
office.
Do you guys think you look good here? I just want to know though. Are you related to Are you related to the previous
It's
business at this
not
address?
your business.
This part is strange to me. He's asking this question over and over and over again. And if you didn't have any connection with them, you'd just go, no, not at all. They were banned. We're a new service. We do this, we do that. We are in no way connected to them. But the fact that she is unwilling to answer the question could partly be because she's been antagonized, but it really doesn't look good for her at all.
It's not your business.
To her from
Hey,
outside.
that-
A lawyer and a court and police, they know you are here.
You broke?
We haven't done anything.
You're not allowed
What?
to
I
be
think
here.
you
Can you just
stop
calm
assaulting.
down for a
Get out
second?
of here, you freak. You're so fucking weird.
All right, so I think she just said, "You even came to my house, you freak. You're so weird." It's probably that'd be it. That'll do it. If you're stalking someone at their house and showing up unannounced, and now you're showing up at work, like that's gonna lead to this kind of reaction.
It's your business address.
Yeah, it's a business address.
So that this is the same issue that happened before. So a lot of providers, when they're first registering the business, they'll use their home address to register the business until they get an office set up. So that's normal.
Can you tell me why you're here?
Why did you break my glasses?
Why are you here?
Hey, that's assault. You have to give it back. That's assault.
You said
I think she's so angry she's just not hearing them, and they're kind of trying to antagonize her a bit more at this
I'm
point.
gonna be in the trouble.
Can I ask you a
understand?
question?
Of
No.
course.
Is this a legitimate business?
the heck is this? This is a joke. This has made it worse.
Just to
Like
be
honestly.
clear, I don't like that.
Ooh, that is really not good. And they know they're being filmed as well. Like, they shouldn't be saying that. Being a disability service provider, they should not be using that word. So this is an absolute shocker.
You use the R word because this is a disability service. That's sexual assault.
He's just antagonizing her at this point. He's just trying to get a rise out of her, and it's not actually helpful.
Business. We're just asking, is it a legitimate NDIS business?
Is that your business?
Well, is it legitimate? I just want to know.
No.
Well, yeah, it is. It's everyone's business. NDIS providers out in the community with shop fronts, they should be legitimate businesses, 100%. That's a very easy question to answer. Yes, it's a legitimate business.
Just answer the question.
In this case, I'm not so sure, but if it were me, I would just say yes, 100%.
If you're disgusted like us from what you've seen in this video, help us make a difference, please.
Go to our website, ndisexposed.com, help sign our petition. We're calling for an immediate investigation with the National Anti-Corruption Commission. We want the NDIS to go to people who actually deserve it, not people who are rorting the system for their own personal gain and bleeding our nation dry.
Click the link below and sign up, please. We need your help.
Thank you.
We need your help. Thank you.
All right, let's have a look at the website, NDISexposed.com. Investigative journalism, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's actually a link there. Oh, hang on. Here you go. Let's see what's on the petition. Got the video. Australians deserve better than NDIS fraud. I agree, 100%. You got 10,000 people on there. What is the petition? We demand the National Anti-Corruption Commission undertake an immediate and widespread investigation of the potential for abuse of the National Disability Insurance Scheme. The thing about this is I don't think there actually needs to be that much of an investigation. I think you just need to talk to the ethical providers that are operating in the space, and we can spell out a whole range of different examples of ways that the NDIS is being defrauded at the moment. The National Anti-Corruption Commission could do their investigation. They can make recommendations. They can do that. It's going to take ages. The things that we want to see brought in are mandatory NDIS worker screening checks for all workers, improvements to the NDIS provider finder so that it's actually showing accurate and relevant information, and also particularly when it comes to providers that have been banned. So we don't want to see families looking for an NDIS provider getting connected with a provider that's been banned just because the system wasn't updated.